Thank you for the opportunity to address you here today on the critical issue of tackling gender-based violence, particularly in cases involving members of An Garda Síochána. I appear before you as a former member of An Garda Síochána and as someone who has experienced domestic abuse. The evidence set out in my submission points to systemic and institutional shortcomings across policing, the judicial system and oversight mechanisms in Ireland. Shortcomings that brought me personally to my knees when I became a victim myself and sought help from both An Garda Síochána and the judicial system. At the centre of this issue is a fundamental question. How can An Garda Síochána investigate domestic violence impartially and effectively when members of their organisation may themselves be perpetrators? This inherent conflict of interest undermines the integrity of investigations, compromises victim safety, erodes public trust and enables harmful conduct to persist within the system. Figures confirm that more than 60,000 calls relating to coercive control were made to Garda stations across the country last year alone. Yet since January 2019, only 25 convictions have been recorded and just 2 of those were on a sole charge of coercive control. 1 in 3 women in Ireland will experience domestic abuse in their lifetime. According to Women's Aid, over 32,000 victims sought support in a single year and almost half reported negative experiences with An Garda Síochána. These figures reflect not only the scale of the issue, but also serious deficiencies in how victims of domestic abuse and sexual abuse are treated when they seek protection and justice. The evidence highlights recurring systemic failures across policing and the wider judicial system, including compromised investigations, conflict of interest and delays that undermine both the integrity and effectiveness of proceedings. It also demonstrates that victims frequently face significant procedural barriers, including intrusive disclosure processes, insignificant recognition of coercive control in family law and limited transparency through the use of reporting restrictions. My submission sets out clear evidence-based recommendations to address these issues. It calls for stronger accountability within policing through independent oversight bodies with real enforcement powers, alongside operational reforms to reduce delays, strengthen case management and ensure timely and efficient investigations. It also highlights the need for safeguarding governing disclosure process to ensure they're proportionate, necessary and not used in any way that re-traumatises. The failures I've outlined in this submission are not abstract or theoretical. They're experiences I have lived through in the most personal and devastating way. They've broken me emotionally, psychologically in every part of my life. I'm here today not because the system protected me, but because of a strength inside myself, the strength of the women who came before me and those who stand beside me here today. It's my privilege to speak to the Justice Committee, and I hope my privilege is met with your responsibility to listen, act and change what must be changed.
Well, thank you very much, Ms Loftus, and thank you for the bravery that you have shown.
Thank you for watching. Please like and share.